It's Mr.Roboto here. Just going to bring you a quick deck tech on the Druid deck I'm playing in my mini-series of daily quests. It's kind of a token, kind of your typical Druid. It's a little bit of a mixture of both. I'm just going to go over the cards really fast and explain why they're in the deck. Innervate gives you 2 mana, lets you play things early, lets you play multiple cards in a turn. Incredibly useful. It's in almost every Druid deck. Living Roots is new from the Grand Tournament. It's 1 mana, deal 2 damage, or summon 2 1/1 saplings. And being a token deck, the saplings is the mode we're probably going to choose more often than not. But the 2 damage is also useful for clearing out small minions, giving you a little bit of tempo. In a pinch, the 2 damage can go to the face if they're really that close. So that's an option. Power of the Wild. It's a token deck, so the giving all your minions +1/+1 is pretty good. It's for the just pumping when you have a couple saplings out from Living Roots or Hunted Creeper tokens or something like that. Or in a pinch, it can give you the 3/2 Panther, which is fine in its own right. It's not good, it's not bad, but you usually want to have a couple minions and do the +1/+1. Wrath is good because 3 damage to a minion clears out a lot of troublesome sized minions, or 1 damage and draw a card. If they've been trading with your tokens and something's at 1 health, you can kill it and draw a card, which is the better value of the card, but the 3 damage is usually what's going to happen. Daenerys Aspirant is pretty good because it's also from the new Grand Tournament. But it's good because it ramps you when you play it, and if it dies, sure, you lose a mana crystal, but that just sets you back to where you were, not extra far behind. So you play it on turn 2, you go up to 3, they kill it, you go back down to 2, your next turn starts, you're at 3 again, instead of at 4. So, not really a whole lot of downside, plus if it lives for a turn or 2, it's all upside. So yeah, it's a good card, it's a good body for 2 mana, 2/3, it's good, I like to play it. Hunted Creeper, again, this is a token deck, so the Death Rattle keeps us with some board presence, some minions, especially for the Power of the Wild. It's in a lot of aggro decks. It's from the Shade of Noxramas, and it's good. Savage Roar is in a lot of Druid decks if they're running the Savage Roar Force of Nature combo. We are running that combo, and it's also good in tokens, just because if we have a couple saplings or a Hunted Creeper or whatever, it helps us push damage or push through a pesky taunter. You know, it's like the Shaman Bloodlust. It's good. Shade of Noxramas is also part of the Savage Roar Force of Nature combo. If you drop it early, let it build up, it can eventually just win you the game on its own, or trade into some taunters, or clear out some taunters and trade with something else, or draw a spell or anything like that. Dropping it early is preferable, but late game it's okay too, because it gets bigger. The longer the game goes on, the stronger this card will get. Swipe, it's pretty much Druid's board wipe, unless you want to run a multi-card combo. 4 damage to an enemy and 1 damage to all the other enemies. It's extremely useful, especially against other token decks, because it can clear out all the little 1/1s, like Paladin or anything like that. And 4 damage can also go to the face if you really need to just push that last little bit in. It's good. I need to stop saying that. Keeper of the Grove, Silence. That 2 damage doesn't really come up a whole lot, but it can if you need it to. But usually it's there to silence taunters, or pesky creatures like Piloted Shredder that drop a minion, or Sylvanas that steal yours, or anything like that. So, but yeah, it's usually just to get through taunters. Violet Teacher makes tokens whenever you cast a spell. We don't have a lot of spells to trigger it, so it's probably one of the weaker cards in the deck. But with cards like Power of the Wild, if you drop it to do the +1/+1, the Violet Apprentice will spawn first and then get the +1/+1. So that's a good combo there. It lets you just make minions, keep a board presence. It's pretty good with Power of the Wild. It's probably the best card I'd be happy playing while she's out. But she can also be replaced if you're not comfortable with her, if she feels a little clunky because you have to play another spell. I'm considering running the Savage Combatant. He's also a 4-drop. He's got a little bit better stats. Late game, if you top deck Violet Teacher, you're not going to get anything out of her. Late game, you top deck him, you're going to be able to deal 3 damage with your hero. So, that's an either or, personal preference. I might try it with the Savage Combatant. We'll see how this deck goes. Azure Drake. He's in there for the spell damage. It's really good with Swipe, pumping up to 5 and 2, or Living Roots does 3, Wrath does 4 and 2. And he also draws you a card when you drop him to help you draw that combo of Force Nature or Savage Roar. So yeah, I like him. Druid of the Claw. His charge and his taunt form actually come up quite a bit evenly. Most decks run him for as a 4/6 taunter for 5 mana, because that's just what he is. But his charge form is pretty useful. Can help you push that damage in, especially late game if you have a Savage Roar. So yeah, it's pretty good. I like him. Force Nature, it's the combo. Force Nature, Savage Roar. It's 12 damage on the board plus 2 from your heroes, so it's 14. So if anywhere before turn 9 you can get them down to 14 life, you pretty much can win the game unless they have a taunter or something like that. But yeah, that's the ultimate goal. Get them down to 14 or less, and then combo out with Force Nature, Savage Roar. Savage Roar can also work with other things. Force Nature can also work as a small board clear, dealing 2 damage to different things if you need it to. It's not the preferred usage of it, but it can. Ancient Allure is 7 mana, 5/5. It's a good body, especially if it sticks around for more than a turn. It usually uses to draw 2 cards. It's usually is what he's used for. And sometimes he can restore 5 health, but if you're losing enough that you need the 5 health from Ancient Allure more than you need the 2 cards, then things are not going well. But yeah, he helps you draw your combo, or he can help draw out the game if you need the life. Side note, he can also be used on your minions to restore 5 health. So if your Druid of the Claw in taunt form has been hurt, or your Shade is hurt, or Doc Boom or something like that, if you already have the combo in hand or something like that, you can use it to heal up one of your minions and trade again to give them a little bit longevity. And then Dr. Boom, because he's a 7-drop, we needed a little bit more late game than Ancient Allure, and gives you Boom Bots, so it's tokens. They deal damage when they die. It's pretty good. He's there for late game and board presence, especially if you can get Innervates or Daenerys Aspirants. You can pump him out 5, 6, somewhere around there. I think the earliest you can drop him is, let's see, 4, 5, turn 3? Yeah, if you have 2 Innervates and Dark Boom, and Dark Boom on turn 3 is pretty debilitating for most decks, but that will be most of your hand, so I don't recommend it. So yeah, that's the deck, Token Combo Druid. Hope you guys enjoy watching me play it, and I'll see you later.